And I said, there are 3 numbers that you dial. And I said, you don't be scrambling for VA numbers and you go on hold. Press 1 for none of that. And I said, you dial 911. And then you announce to them that I have to go to Castle Point. I said, if you don't tell them to take me up there, I said, I go to the nearest hospital. They flip the bill for the ride, and then you know, that's it. And they say they lose more people that way because people are scrambling for the number and they don't know the number to call. I said it's 3 numbers.
What's the number for 911? I don't know what it is.
No, they don't know to call 911.
Can't believe they only had 1 fucking cake left when we got it. What are the odds? I thought that guy in front of me was going to fucking get it because he kept asking something chocolatey. I said, watch, he's going to ask for, they're going to say, we got chocolate 7-layer cakes here, but only 1 left.
Huh.
Hey, mister, I'll give you $100 for that fucking cake.
I had it done to me on a pizza delivery once.
I remember you telling me that story.
It's the only time I really
auctioning pizza. Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was food. It was actually it was like Philly steaks and a small pizza. I think if I remember, it was like a medium pepperoni with like a couple of these Philly steaks, and then you're starving, I guess, and it smells good. And you're drunk and you don't care. He wasn't drunk and falling down. He was like, "I'll give you $30 for that. I can't do that. I'll give you $50 for I can't do it." I said, "You're gonna try." I said, "How about 80?" Look, I said, $100, right? I'm like, he kept, and he wasn't like, I was like, he wanted that food bad.
I don't know. Doing token up a little bit, and they got the munchies, I guess.
Wow, a lot of traffic out.
Well, it's New Year's Eve. Everybody's going somewhere. They're all gonna get loaded and then drive home.
Oh yeah, so what about this big celibate night here? Celebrate the night. What's Terry doing tonight?
Same thing she does every night. Drinking. I think she's with her sisters. Send me some kind of email about spending time with her sisters. I guess they're all gonna get drunk, falling down shit-faced together, and end up lying in pools of their own vomit on the living room floor in the morning, you know. Chug-a-lug-lug, 3 drunks in a tub, yeah.
ShopRite crowded today?
It's not Saturday, Scott.
Oh, that's right. That's right, yeah.
Although I imagine it probably is. DiCicco's just certainly was.
Packed in there.
Well, yeah, everybody's buying party supplies.
What did ShopRite look like last week?
Normal. Oh, Christmas. Well, I wasn't there. I was there after Christmas, so it wasn't bad.
The week before Christmas.
The week before Christmas was kind of crowded, yeah.
Today was somewhat busy, I'm sure.
Oh, I imagine. Yeah, any holiday, yeah.
Then there'll be all this leftover food from the New Year's parties.
They're buying chips, they're buying dip, sour cream, they're buying booze, lots and lots of booze. But I don't think they're buying too much in the way of food. Not like they would for Christmas time, anyway.
Celebrate in the traditional, usual weekend fashion.
Oh yeah. Oh, you kidding me? It's New Year's Eve. She's gonna be fucking drunk before 10 o'clock. She's probably drunk right now. Who are you kidding? Matter of fact, she's probably been drunk since 4 o'clock. Maybe even noon. I don't know. I'm getting a head start on things. Everybody coming in today seemed a little bit tipsy. Not that we had that many customers. I had a guy this morning sold me a Victrola. I've seen it for sale on eBay, and it's a model I've been looking for. It looked in pretty good shape. And then I looked at the shipping. $53 fucking dollars. What, are you kidding me? I don't pay that much to ship a fucking thing from the UK. And where the hell's this guy located? Look, New Milford, Connecticut. So I sent him a message. I said, tell you what, I'll give you $100, but you want $110. I'll give you $100 for this, you deliver it. Forget about the massive delivery fees and all the shipping. And
Yeah,
everything
you know,
else.
it's like right up the street, you know.
And I'd be interested in buying any record albums if you haven't have any. No problem. He remember right back. No problem. It's $100 cash, right? In other words, you don't want to say you want to do this off eBay, you know, because eBay wouldn't appreciate it. I said, fine, no problem. He was there. He said he'd be there at 9:30. He was there at 8:30. Early. I like that.
Did you get records?
Yeah, he had a lot of them actually are in German, so I'm not sure how useful that's going to be to me. But I guess a march is a march in any language. But the instrumentals aren't bad. But some of the vocal ones I'll probably have to pedal on. Then he starts telling me about the machine. I said, "Where'd you get this from?" He said, "Well, it was my grandfather's. He bought it brand new." I said, "Well, he would have bought it about 1927. That's when this was made." He said, "Yeah, that's about right. And you know, my father had it, and then now I have it. Yeah, time to let it go and all this." And I'm thinking to myself, this machine's been in your family since your grandfather bought it. Don't you have? I wanted to ask if you had kids, or maybe nieces and nephews, or somebody, you know, one day to pass it on to, when they're old enough to appreciate what it is and the family connection and like that. I mean, one family Victrolas are somewhat rare, you know. You don't really see too much of that because they were traded off over the years, and every now and then you come across one. But I'm like, okay, you know, if you want to sell it, I'm not gonna. And you want to sell it for half its value, I'm not gonna say it to anybody, you know, because those machines usually in that condition trade about $225 around in there.
What kind of shape is it like?
Nice. It's not in bad shape at all. It's the Victor Victrola 255, 1927 to 1931. It's the early model, which means it has screws and not rivets, so I can actually take it apart to service it.
Huh.
Which is why I was looking for that specific model, that early style. And it's in good condition. It hasn't been all bashed around. It wasn't kept in a damp basement somewhere for 50 years.
Yeah, moldy.
Yeah, no mold. It's in good condition, nice shape. He's telling me how his grandfather always kept it in his bedroom closet and brought it out to play every now and then. He wasn't allowed to touch it as a child. I said, well, his grandfather was smart. You know, and his father did pretty much the same thing, and he's had it in his office where he works on all his radios. He's a radio electronics technician. He fixes turntables and video cameras and all kinds of shit. I said, So well, now I know who I can unload a lot of electronics on when I need to get rid of it. He's based out of New Milford. He works for a lot of pawn shops and junk shops in Danbury. Whenever they get a stereo in or something like that, he goes through it, he fixes it, and he gives it a 3-month warranty, and they sell it.
Nice. I wonder if they do car radios.
He doesn't, but he did. United Radio up in Syracuse or something like that. Gave me the name. He's where he sends them. When he gets them, he says they do flat rate, they do specific repairs, whatever it needs, any kind of radio. And they do very good work, apparently.
So these radios from the 60s and 70s in your car.
Yeah, that'd be no problem for them. They can fix that easily. And something like this radio, they'll probably just do an exchange on it.
I was talking about all those, if you had a car from the 60s or 70s and get it.
Yeah, what they mostly probably do with those is take out the guts and replace it with modern guts so you can put your MP3s through there and shit like that. That's what people want now, but they want to keep the original appearance. You know, the dials all look the same, the buttons actually work. You know, everything looks original, but inside where you can't see it is where all the modern stuff is hidden. You know, maybe something to a CD changer hidden in the back or something like that.
I wonder what they do on that TV show, Graveyard Cars, if the...
Well, when you're dealing with $1 million car, it's restored to original. Because of the car is extremely special, it's highly valued. You don't put that kind of radio in there. You would do it original to keep the value of the car. I mean, it really doesn't hurt the car. You might want to get a second radio that's not date coded to your car, maybe. Use it to do that and swap it back and forth. Then you'd be risking scratching something on the dashboard, boogering something up. You know, become a pain in the ass. So, not that the car's likely to be driven much anyway, so why would you need it, you know? You just want the original AM, FM, or whatever was in there and have it working. And this is for the more common cars. People would do that. Ordinary cars, you see at car shows, people drive around it. Says they do any kind of radios. That's
I wonder why he let go of the Victrolas.
I did not ask. You know, maybe he just doesn't think his kids would be interested in one day. He didn't seem to need the money. You know, he was driving a nice new car and everything else. He didn't like it. It was only $100.
Probably cleaning stuff out.
And he pretty much gave me, he only wanted $20 extra for the goddamn albums. There's about 40, 50 records there. All of them actually older than the Victrola. So I told him his grandfather probably had a larger upright machine at one time because that's what these records are for. You know, they're for something about, you know, the mid-teens to early 20s. And even had a needle cup from a big upright Victrola.
So that's probably what it came from then.
Yes, which I actually happened to need for one of my big upright Victrolas. It's missing the needle cup, and now it's got one. Those things usually sell for $25 by themselves on eBay, you know? Huh? Missing a headlight. He's gonna get stopped tonight. Remember, watch yourself through here because
I got my spirit. I got my spirit bulb. Oh, I'm gonna be watching
the speed because they're looking at 30 miles an hour through here. Because they'll be out.
Oh, I'm sure.
Hunting.
I wonder how many.
The quota for the whole year is going to be filled in the next 6 hours.
Yeah. Well, you hear about it. You read the Putnam Courier. Is that where you hear about this?
No, Mike told me about this. He warned you about this, actually. I remember that time with the old guy in the Cadillac, who saved your ass because you were riding his bumper. Come on, oh, geez, we got a barbecue. Come on. He's going like 25 miles an hour, and what's hiding right there in the bushes? A deputy sheriff. You'd have been righteously fucking nailed if you'd have gotten around him. Should have bought that man dinner. Some Victrola stuff going out today too.
Oh, you sold more?
Yep. A couple motors, some parts. A lot of times these machines I buy are derelict to the point where they really can't be fixed, and they're not really worth fixing. I buy them for the motors and for the cranks and for the reproducers, the tone arms, the case fittings. Because if somebody out there has got a broken clasp, they need a reproducer, their motor crapped out, any springs, whatever. You know, I'll list what it is, and sure enough, they'll buy it. Unless it's something I need, in which case I'll keep it, but most of the time, no. There's just some machines I don't really work on myself. I don't need parts for them. Like, I think it was 3 weeks ago I bought a lot of 4 machines and a whole box full of little parts. And I only wanted 1 machine, really, from that lot. So the other 3 are going to get one's already been pedaled for parts because it was in really bad shape. Another one is going out as a whole machine because I fixed it. The other 2 I'm going to tinker with. But the parts were the nice bit because there was some reproducers in there. There was a Columbia in there. That's $50 by itself. You know, just thrown on eBay without me even rebuilding it. Which is good because I hate rebuilding Columbia reproducers. They're a pain in the ass. At least that style. And there was a Victrola number 2 in there, which is another $50, $60 item there. And there was a whole bunch of modern record player, by modern I mean 50s, 60s, 70s record player needles in there, brand new ones, and some other stuff that really are for LP type players. I told the guy, the electronics guy, about him today. He's interested, he wants to buy it. So next time he's up this way, he comes this way to go to Kohl's all the time, just stop in and I'll show it to him. I don't care, 20, 30 bucks, take them. You know, just that and the sales I've made will have paid for everything I have. What is this? Oh, we are loaded tonight already, aren't we?
Look at this. You see this?
Oh yeah, he's in.
Oh!
Drunk.
Did you see that?
Camera saw it. Oh yeah, camera saw that whole little exchange.
Guy behind me ran the red light.
People start celebrating early on New Year's. They think it's an excuse to drink. They're at office parties and shit that start around noon, so they've had a few already. They've stopped in at the neighbor's party and a party over there at that vendor or whatever, and by the time they get home, they've been 5, 6 places, had 5, 6 drinks, and they're fucking thoroughly shit-faced. Now the real celebrating starts.
Well, that's what Terry going to be doing tonight, starting early. She said she's starting early.
Oh, she always starts early. Hair of the dog at 6 a.m., you know? What's this? Diesel 249. That's not too bad.
So at the end of the night or tomorrow morning, by 10, 11 in the morning, the police will have had.
Drunk tank will be full.
I wonder what Billy's doing tonight.
Imagine he's drinking too.
God.
At least he's smart enough to leave the car at home when he does that.
Yeah, well, he's more experienced, right?
Yeah, been at it a little bit longer. Better at holding his liquor too, probably.
Leave the car parked at Ames. Right.
No, I don't know. He doesn't drink at Fiddler's. I don't think so anyway. He drinks in Mayapack somewhere.
So this is not the ordinary binge drinking for the weekend. This is
This is special occasion drinking. That's a whole different kind of drinking. That's when we get serious. Give me that bottle of Ripple. Let me get started here. Burp. Next. Put some of that grain alcohol in it this time. What do you mean I can't drink a six-pack? Give me that. See? Give me another.
How's the rodent problem over there at the school?
I have not seen her to ask her. Although I imagine with her working there, it hasn't improved any. She hides food in the back of drawers and shit. The rodent problem in the shop is definitely on the improvement. I got 2 of them already.
You got is the cat's taking care of it?
No, the cat takes care of the ones in the shop itself. I'm talking about the office where
Oh.
he's not allowed to go. So we had to put a snap trap in there, and the snap trap's been getting pretty good. 2 big fat ones already. Them little fucks ain't gonna be eating my fucking potato chips anymore.
How many a day do you catch?
I've only put the 2 so far. I think that's all that was there, actually. Because the trap hasn't caught any more. The second mouse is more difficult because he's a sneaky little fuck. The old man put something in with the trap and the son of a bitch ate it and didn't set it off. Second time, though. That worked like the charm. Snap! Broke his little neck. Left him looking real surprised, too. Like, what the fuck? How did this happen? Mike wanted me to bring a movie, but I really don't have any movies. I rarely buy DVDs anymore. I have one.
He's got 2 movies or 1?
I don't think he has any because he asked me. He said, bring any if you have them, and or Netflix recommendations. I'll have to look at my Netflix thing, see what I've watched. Lately, I've only been watching Midsomer Murders, which is a series that's 200 episodes long. So
Whatever happened to Copper? Was that?
I don't think it's back on yet. It will be up, I think, but it's not on yet. I have one horror movie from the 1970s you can watch that I haven't seen since 1975, so I don't really remember how good this is. But I remember the name, Child of Glass. It was a Disney production for television back then. Classic haunted house thing or something, I forget. Other than that,
How many miles were on my car before I left? Do you remember?
168, 65, something like that. The camera wouldn't know, but I think it was 165 something.
Or 166, I think.
Maybe 166 something. Yeah, you're almost 170 now. 169, 586.
Because I put on at least 2,000 miles, at least.
Well, you went to Florida and back, I would imagine. When's your next trip?
I got another Delaware trip coming up here in January. And then I got my April pickup Florida trip.
Well, you got to bring 2 people back now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Nervous Nell. I got to bring her back.
You bring her back at the same time, or you got to get back down separately?
Separate trips.
Oh.
No, the other one might fly back. She might fly back because the purpose of me bringing this one down, she had a whole bunch of shit with her, and she said it's just the same. That she loaded up the car with a bunch of stuff. That's what we did. I had the car like almost packed.
Huh.
So she said, you know what, it's going to be, you know, cheaper in gas or whatever. So I'll just pack all the stuff up, you know. Kind of like the, what do you call it, the Colorado trip. Since she could have mailed the stuff, but the car had to go out, so, you know, just pack the car up and... Mike always said with the one headlight, that's how they get all these DUIs.
Well, that gives them an excuse to pull you over. In the event you're not swerving radically or hanging half out the window, toking on a joint or something obvious. But a headlight out, oh, they can see that a mile away. Oh, that's perfect. That's definitely a reason to pull you over. They can explain in court, just in case you're a lawyer or something like that.
Anything to drink tonight, sir? And they stick their head in the window.
Yeah. Garlic juice. With clams. And a strong splash of halitosis. Fell off that truck. Something just fall off that truck back there?
I think so.
Yeah, something did. Look like, man, probably garbage. Maybe it was a bag of money.
Yeah.
It's happened.
And the guy turned it in.
I know. Unbelievable.
God. Well, you had one in the Baltimore Tunnel not too long ago. That was actually right. It was in a few days when I dropped that lady off last year, and the door blew open and everybody was stopping in the tunnel and picking money up. That actually just happened about a few days of that week when I went to drop that lady.
Jesus Christ.
And then the police said, well, can you please turn the money in? You know, nobody. I'm thinking, why did they take the plate numbers down off the camera?
Yeah.
You know, there's a video camera anywhere in Baltimore, it's going to be in that tunnel. Coming, going, and in the middle of the tunnel, you know.
Yeah, well, I've heard enough about the citizens of Baltimore from a couple of cops I know down there. I'm not surprised that money was not turned in. Animals!
See, the only time I found money was on my last Florida trip. I was waiting for my mom to come out of the thrift store and I saw a $10 bill blowing my way.
Oh, you found my $10?
Yeah.
I'm looking all over the place for that. No lights. Oh yeah, there's a couple lights.
I wonder how many one headlighters there are going to be tonight. Well, we already saw a couple.
Yeah, there's always a few out there.
I got my spare bulb in the back.
Doesn't help you if it just fails, like right here. Security agent of the Moonies.
Oh yeah, lights are all off.
Yeah. Well, they were shut down again because
Again?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they did the violation, got fined,
Yeah, and they did it again.
and they did it again.
Apparently so, because Mike sent me the article. $3 million.
Jesus.
Yeah, this time they're coming down on him hard. It's a fucking cult, Scott. They have all the money in the fucking world. They don't care. They don't care if their people are exposed to all kinds of nasty shit.
So who are they hiring? Illegals to go in there for?
No, their own. They're a cult. They have their own people do it.
Yeah.
It's all in-house.
At first I thought, great, they're cleaning the place up, great, you know, and then they're doing all this shit.
Quasi-religious cults are never great, Scott.
No.
Just ask the...
I didn't know they were a cult, though. I didn't know they were a cult until...
Just ask the people in Guyana about Jim Jones and the People's Temple. You know?
Oh, they're busy.
Well, my buddy Chuck will tell you about them. When he was in this, I guess it would have been the 70s.
Like I said, I thought it was great. I didn't know it was a cult, though. I didn't know that was at the time.
A buddy of his lived, like, just basically almost across the street from Jim Jones's church in California. And they used to amuse themselves with a .22 by shooting a fucking bell in the church tower and making it ring.
Funny.
Because they knew those people, they were all fucked up. He recruited his people from the worst ghettos of the inner city.
Oh, look at the cop.
And of course, they fell hook, line, and sinker for his bullshit. Let's drink the grape drink.
Drink the juice.
Yeah. Wouldn't even spring for real fucking Kool-Aid. Even though Kool-Aid did take the rap for that.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Horribly unfair, but you know what? It's even entered the language, don't drink the Kool-Aid, you know?
Yeah.
Are you drinking the Kool-Aid? You drinking the generic grape drink?
Yeah, it was bug juice.
Yeah. The generic powdered sugary grape drink laced with cyanide.
He didn't drink the juice. What happened to him?
Somebody shot him. He had one of his people, he couldn't even shoot himself. He had one of his people shoot him, who then committed suicide on their own. But, yeah, he didn't have the balls to do himself in the end. Good enough for everybody else, but not him.
How many people drank the juice?
Oh my God, 900 and change. Almost 1,000 people in the fucking jungle down there. Ironically, Jones's son, who was down there, was not at the compound at the time. He was at a basketball tournament over in the capital city of Guyana. And while he was out, all the other people was a mother, several children, and one of Jones's fanatical followers. They all killed themselves in the house that they were staying in.
Jesus
with
Jones.
knives.
That was his nickname, right?
Who? Jim Jones?
Yeah. Or
No, he didn't have a nickname. He was Jim Jones. The Reverend Jones.
Remember when the ABC reporters went down there and like, yep, everything's great there, and then just they're getting on the plane at the helicopter, like, get us the hell out of here.
Yeah. Well, he shot up the fucking congressman and the news people and some of the family members who'd come to try to get their people out. He killed 6 or 7 people at the airport, I think it was, including the congressman and the congressman's aide and a few others. Jones's son knew his father was shithouse crazy, and he was trying to prevent what was going on. Nothing he could really do. He said everything was fine. We had a wonderful little commune going on down there. Everybody was cool. Everybody was getting along. There was no problems. Then Jim Jones came down. He was a paranoid schizophrenic, thinking that everybody was out to get him, and he was so far gone on fucking drugs, he was incapable of making rational decisions. And then everything became a police state down there after that. And then everybody died. Too bad someone did shoot the fucking bastard in the goddamn head in the first place.
Before I got down there.
Yeah.
The only thing I associate that place with is that French prison down there.
Which one?
French Guyana, the Devil's Island.
Ah. Well, they built Jonestown in the jungle. There's nothing left of it today. The rusting skeleton of an old backhoe or something, that's it. All gone. Jungle's reclaimed it all.
Whatever the mold didn't eat.
Well, the bodies were removed, obviously, brought back to the States. Had to send in the U.S. military to clean up that fucking mess.
Ugh.
You gotta figure by the time they got in there, the body's been rotting in the jungle for over a day, and things were getting ripe.
Yuck.